Not even God's good gifts can do us any good without His blessing. And this is why it is good for us to learn how to give thanks. There has been lots of research that has shown how keeping a gratitude journal, actually writing down the things that we're thankful for, is hugely beneficial to our health. One researcher said that they actually increased, based on the measurements that they were giving, there was an increase in happiness at like a 25% range for those who kept a gratitude journal versus those who didn't. And not only were they happier and self-reported that they were happier, but also people around them, because they also surveyed the people that were around them. Those who surrounded the people that kept a gratitude journal, they also said that those people seemed to be happier and that they were more helpful to others. That those who kept a gratitude journal learned how to accept and to appreciate the things that they had, and they learned how to be able to share that with others more than those who did not keep a gratitude journal. Now this, I think, is hugely significant, because none of us want to be the kind of stingy person that keeps things to ourselves. I think all of us want to be helpful. We want to be seen, and we actually want to be the kinds of people that are willing to share and willing to give and willing to care for others. And yet our society seems to work against that within us, seems to cause us to keep things to ourselves, demand things for ourselves. And so this practice of keeping a gratitude journal, of actually writing down the things that are beneficial to us, has been hugely useful and can be really useful for us. One of the things that I usually ask those who I'm doing premarital counseling with, or even marriage counseling with, I ask them to write a list of 50 things that they are thankful for of the other person, and very specific things, like things that maybe that person did that day, or other kinds of things, ways in which we notice something specific about them compared to other people. And then I ask them to share that with one another, and virtually all of them find this to be a really meaningful, but also a little bit of an awkward moment. We're not used to giving thanks very specifically for another person, and 50 of them doesn't seem like a whole lot, but in order to get very specific, it actually does take a little bit of a while. Now, 50 gifts might seem like a lot, but it's nowhere near the kind of challenge that Anne Voskamp gives in her book, 1,000 Gifts, where she challenges us to actually give a list of 1,000 things that we're thankful for. Now, over the course of a year, you divide that by 365, and you get a little over 3 or 4 kind of every day. So every day it's not a big deal, but the real benefit is that every single day you have to pay attention for things that particular day you're very thankful for. And that has been so useful for me over the course of a number of years, actually. I started this practice way back when she started and she issued that challenge. It's been a number of years since then, and I to be honest, I've kind of fallen out of that habit. And so this is something I'm going to start again, to pay attention every day, and at the end of the day, actually write down very specific things that I am thankful for. It's hugely useful because it has reshaped the way that I look at the world, because I'm thinking about ways in which I am going to give thanks for something very specific at the end of that particular day. And so if you're finding it difficult to care for other people in this particular moment, which, let's face it, a lot of us are, we're finding it very difficult to care for others, particularly those we disagree with. And if you're finding it difficult to do so, then I encourage you to actually keep a gratitude journal. Write down things either at the end of the day or when they come up that you are very grateful for, very specific things.